Ron McCoy back with more of Rob McCool's Misadventures. Rob used to teach for Freedom Public Schools at Freedom Maples Elementary School. He's been there since it opened. And I want you to keep in mind that Rob McCool is a fictional character, as is everyone else depicted in this presentation. You may recall that Rob was about to face his principal, Judy Hickenlooper. Day, Tuesday. Time, approximately 7 a.m. Rob is at the copy machine at Freedom Maples Elementary School when in walks Judy Hickenlooper, principal. Yes, Judy Hickenlooper, always the proper administrator, always following the rules, always doing exactly what she's told. Of course, if Rob had been more like that, then Rob would probably still be teaching at Freedom Maples Elementary School. Actually, when Rob first returned to set up his classroom in August, he immediately became concerned by Judy Hickenlooper's behavior. Now, she has always been the proper administrator, following the rules, by the book all the way, but she began to perseverate on Rob's room decor. Full disclosure, Rob has encountered problems with the fire marshal in the past, however, not for the last several years. And we got into a tangle over the use of masking tape in the room. I used it in one place. I also had a cord running down the wall. She seemed to be unaware that teachers have used masking tape for years. And another disclosure, Freedom Maples got a paint job, so perhaps that was what she was concerned about. That seemed to be what it was. Or maybe too many paint fumes. Not sure what it is. Or her zeal for following every rule to the letter has already become all-consuming since she's become principal.
I tried to run the ship properly with the book, but they fought me at every turn.
In Judy's office, I was invited to sit down. She asked if she should sit right next to me, and I said, no, I'll sit over here on this side of the table. She proceeded to pick up a notepad and began to ask me very pointed questions. So, what was the purpose behind calling your students' parents over the weekend? What was the purpose behind that? On Sunday evening, you told me to find out whether or not you were a tyrant. Well, Judy, you know that I call parents a lot. I just like to have my finger on the pulse of my students and class. And yeah, I did call them because I thought, well, maybe there's some kind of a problem brewing and I just don't know about it. The parent didn't come to me. So yes, I did call all of the students' parents. I had to leave some messages who are in my class, just like I do about every week or every other week. Oh, I want you to keep calling your parents. That's good. Keep calling your parents. Also, why did you want me to mediate with your team? What was your purpose behind asking me that? We're going to stop right here. And for you to really, truly appreciate any more of these videos, we're going to need to take a look at Rob McCool's team. So Rob McCool works with 3 other people in 5th grade. Those 3 other people are as follows. Up first, Hilda Stoolpigeon. She taught next door to Rob. This was our 4th year teaching together. Another hyper-vigilant rule follower. She's also a whistleblower. If she sees an infraction, rather than going to the person himself or herself, she goes to administration. This has happened several times with regard to Rob. She has also written a couple of letters to the school board. Disclaimer time again. The information I shared about Hilda sending letters to the school board about, I heard that from a teammate. Hilda did not tell me that directly. I had 2 other teammates, one of them, Sadie Tudor. This is her 2nd year. She's working hard. She will become a wonderful teacher one day. She truly wants to do her very best, and she was always kind to me. Likewise, Josie Sire, same thing, always kind to me. Aside from joining Hilda and telling our administrators that I was late to recess, I had no other issues with my other teammates. Meanwhile, back in Judy Hickenlooper's office, you may recall she had asked me why I wanted her to mediate with my team, to which I responded, "It's no longer necessary. We're getting along fine." I had mentioned to Judy Hickenlooper that I had asked 2 students who were about to sign out for a restroom break because I had instituted that sign-out system. In the middle of a video, I make videos and project them on the screen. I had said to those 2 students, "See if you can wait 5 more minutes to take a restroom break." Here is how Judy Hickenlooper responded to that. "Mr. McCool, that showed very poor judgment. You must never say that kind of thing, ever, again." Well, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. There is no 2 steps forward, 1 step back. You can't make any more mistakes. It was at this point that I knew what was going on. There wasn't anything I could have done at that point. I looked right into her eyes. It was like I was looking at someone I did not know. I knew at that point what I needed to do. And it took me the rest of that day to make that resolve. And that resolve was, I have got to resign from this position, or even worse things are going to happen to me.
Here, give me your hand. Here he is. Don't move. Hey, you. Freeze.
The next day, Wednesday, which would prove to be my final day as a 5th grade teacher, was also one of my best days in the classroom. I truly had a wonderful class. They knew what was expected of them. They weren't perfect, but they did what they were supposed to do. We worked hard. Students sat up. They gave their 313% effort. We did lunch and a movie. I hadn't mentioned it before, but Judy Hickenlooper told me I couldn't do lunch and a movie anymore unless it was voluntary. We did a mandatory lunch and a movie. The students loved it. I loved it. We had an in-service after school. It was early release day. I kept thinking, I wish I was staying because I really am buying into the building improvement plan, NTSS, all of these things that we're moving into, but I knew I was being targeted and I had to get out. And right after school, I prepared substitute plans for the teacher who would take over for me for those first 2 days. And then I headed to meet with Lisa Codface about my resignation. So, with my resignation letter tucked into my suit pocket, I departed from Freedom Maples. However, little did I know this would not be the only time I would resign. You want to find out more? Be sure to tune in the next exciting edition of The Misadventures of Rob McCool. This whole adventure is far from over. There are more twists and turns than a roller coaster track. Be sure to join me. The most incredible is still yet to come.